coral rock. Bunch of pieces. This right here is sawdust mixed with a little plastic. Got a acrylic plastic. Got some fur. So this is what we're doing. Hello, my fellow YouTubers, by the way. If Ed Lee Scallon really did lift up rocks and levitate them, the only way I see that even being close to being imaginable is if you can reverse the poles. And I just tried some of the Tesla static and with the wands, and nothing would move the material. The only thing that really does it is using a friction rod. And I have several different friction rods. I got this one with brass on one side, glass, and rubber in the middle. So it puts out a certain charge. I got this other one with a brass in the middle. All different kinds. Glass. I don't even know what this black shit is, but some plastic black. This one here is just plastic. And I want you to see something. Now imagine this in scale being a big boulder, okay? And I want you to look and see how the powder comes up and then how some of the little boulders in there start vibrating and moving. And the point I'm trying to bring up is you can see that static is the only energy that I have noted so far. See, I'm just recharging it, and I'm going to bring it in the field, and if you could see it, it'll be lifting up material. Look how it acts to some of these boulders in there. You'll start to see them move. See that stuff? Let's see what happens to the stuff in here. They're lifting up. And so is the coral. And even though the coral here is in small doses, it's still moving. It's lifting up. So that makes me not wonder, but I believe that this can lift up too. And it's not about magnetism. It's not even about electric. Unless you want to classify static as electric. Static is more like a pre-substance before it turns the 90-degree angle and gets minerals in it, you know? Or becomes touching matter, I guess. So go ahead and now look real good at this coral. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can. We got these rocks that are over here. Let's go ahead and charge this. I just seen that big boulder move. It would be nice just to be able to lift that boulder up just by putting a wand over it. So it really comes down to let me show you something here. So right behind me is this guy, okay? And this is just 3 aluminum plates, okay? And I just fired up the Tesla coil because I always considered it high static. But, you know, it's almost static is where I'm going to go with this whole thing. It's almost static. It's not really all static. It's got a little kick to it. I just fired up the Tesla coil and put stuff into this, and you know, from the bottom of the secondary, and you would think that it charges the plate, but I believe the plates are charged and discharged so fast that I wasn't able to get a rod to hold a charge to move any of that material. If you guys have any suggestions or anything, feel free to leave them. I do answer back my questions and my comments from other people. And I challenge you guys to help me through the process. It's about amplification of static. So collecting static like in my Wimshurst, which, let's just go back. Over there is my somewhat of a Wimshurst. I've got my capacitors there. So when you turn the Wimshurst, what you get is because the bottom of the capacitors are tied together, looped together, you get one charge on one capacitor and one charge in the other, and the bottom sort of gets rid of one charge in one capacitor, so it ain't holding two charges. It's just holding one charge is going to one capacitor, one's going to the other. So you actually have a segregation and a separation of energies, positive and negative.